How's it going, everyone? We are officially ending weekend 2 on Helldivers 2, and unfortunately, it was not a perfect weekend. It's really upsetting to see. I mean, I shouldn't be this upset about it. I get it. Some of you guys in the comment section are just like, bro, you gotta go touch some grass, give him a break. I get it, like the touch grass memes. I haven't, heard or seen this much pushback of when I kind of go after a game when they have server issues and things like this. I get it to an extent. Look, they were not expecting this game to be as big as it was. Personally, I feel like the week leading into the release of Helldivers 2, you could start picking up that this game was going to be pretty big. Now, I didn't think it was going to be this big where that so many people were playing it, and right now on Steam, the game is at 300,000+ concurrent players. For a while, we were talking about 300,000 players across both platforms of PC and PlayStation 5, that being a really successful number, but now they're cracking that number easily on Steam, and I want to say the peak was like 350 or 380k. This game is pulling staggering numbers. Let's just be honest about it. This game is way bigger than any of us had expected to be, but with that comes server issues, and they've had quite a lot of server issues, especially during back-to-back weekends. My experience playing the game Monday through Friday of the week was pretty good, but it's always the weekend where obviously more people are checking out the game, more people are buying the game, and it really does seem like this is a game that word of mouth, yes, it exploded day one when it came out, and a lot of people were talking about it, but it hasn't tapered off. It's gradually just been increasing, and I'm kind of surprised it has been increasing because that should tell you that even amidst the server issues, people have enjoyed the game so much that when it works, it is a damn good time, and I think that is what everybody's taking away from it, that hey, this game is coming from a smaller studio in Arrowhead. It's been a gigantic success, especially when you look at the success level of Helldivers 1, and you know, I know not everybody was following the promotional aspect of this game, but I really felt like Sony handled this game really terribly in terms of marketing and promoting the game, but thankfully, the gamers were the one that really did the heavy lifting as far as promoting the game goes, and as far as content creators making content, streamers playing the game, and just everybody having a really good time. And I had talked about it before this game, well before this game had come out, that this is the kind of game that's perfect for the new style of promotion. YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, I think it is the Instagram version of it, and when I had a friend text me a TikTok of this game and asked me about it because they knew I was playing it, I was like, okay, this game is gonna click, and it's gonna be something that word of mouth really does pop off for it, and it's gonna resonate on that level, and it certainly has. Unfortunately, that has caused a lot of server issues as well. This morning, as I'm recording this video, it is Sunday. It was the typical issue of it being a little bit difficult to get into game, but once you got on, seems like it's working fairly well, and this is also coming off the heels of them doing an XP boost event where you got increased XP as well as increased requisition because they were anticipating there would be issues as far as the game rewards not registering. So that was to help mitigate that issue, and that was one of the big issues last week as well. I hadn't experienced it much, only happened to me a couple times where we finished up a mission or the mission would crash while it was wrapping up, and then you were SOL as far as getting your rewards and whatnot. The Helldivers 2 official Twitter account did tweet out, despite our best efforts to increase server capacity to accommodate all of you who want to die for freedom, we are experiencing capacity issues. We are once again more working without delay to improve the issue, and we hope to have a fix in place as soon as possible. Thank you. That was tweeted out February 17th, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, and at this point, things seemingly have gotten better, but you generally hear a lot of people having issues, and it is very much an instance of sometimes the game works, and then sometimes people are experiencing server issues, and it's different for everyone. Some people are having, you know, a smoother experience than others. A lot of these things have a lot of variables. For some people, the experience has not been great whatsoever. They refunded the game even through that all. Like, don't worry about Arrowhead's bottom line. Arrowhead, PlayStation, whoever's doing the financial aspects for this game and reaping the rewards, they're gonna be fine. Trust me, guys, they're gonna be sleeping pretty. Like, once this game is working and it's at a good state as far as the server capacity issues and whatnot, they have a home run on their hands, and this is also a game that this is the live service model doing really well because it's a $40 game. It was accessible for a lot of people to check out, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, so far, and this is totally anecdotal, I don't know how everybody else is approaching it, but for my group, about 50% of the people that have played this game has also dropped real-world money on this game. I find it relatively straightforward to get the super credits in-game. Ultimately, you do have to work through the first battle pass if you get 100 per page. You know, it'll take a little bit to get Steeled Veterans, but I've had friends drop the $20 to either upgrade to the Super Citizen Edition or to buy the 2,000 plus super credits outright, and then you spend 1,000 of it to get Steel Veterans, and then you have some left over. So just from an anecdotal standpoint, if those people are dropping the money on the game already and it's got server issues and whatnot, this game's gonna do really, really well as long as the content updates roll out. And obviously, me talking about content updates is a little bit premature at this stage of the game, because we gotta get what's there working at a suitable state and making sure everything is working well. But beyond the server issues, which ultimately you would hope would get fixed, and you really would hope that they wouldn't persist weekend 2, because I feel like weekend 1 being a misfire, that ultimately did hinder the game. It sucked, but you know, they also recovered from it, and now weekend 2, they're facing some of the same issues again when they also had the XP boost and the requisition boost in place, so people were gonna check out the game. I also think there is an element of, you're kind of like feeding the whole beast and the idea of, oh my god, Helldivers 2 is this gigantic game, look at the Steam concurrent players, there's so many players that the game is shutting down, and that ultimately does increase the interest of the game in a roundabout way. So you know, when you look at it from that lens, I get it that it's not the worst thing in the world in terms of how this game is going to be perceived, because I think, you know, there's stuff like the anti-cheat, there's stuff like, you know, some of the crashes and whatnot, but ultimately the main issue that people have and why it's sitting at just mostly positive on Steam across 69,789 reviews, 73% of those reviews are positive. You look at most of the reviews and the negativity comes from the server issues, as well as, don't get me wrong, the anti-cheat, but I think as long as they get the server issues figured out, I mean, they're gonna be fine regardless. At this point, like, yes, they have to get the server issues figured out, but this game is a home run, slam dunk success, and I'm sure Arrowhead, it's quite a headache for them to get the server issues ironed out, but this game has just been a gigantic, gigantic home run, and a lot of people aren't crazy about PlayStation moving to a live service model, but I'm not saying every game they put out should be live service, but Helldivers 2, I think the ultimate conclusion that a lot of people are having is when this game works, this is how live service should be done, and I don't know if Concord's gonna end up this way, I don't know if Fair Game's gonna end up this way. What I do know is Helldivers 2 is an absolute home run. It also goes to show the effectiveness of releasing a game on PC and PlayStation 5, because while I think this game would be big if it was a true PS5 exclusive, I think being released on PC only elevated that game greatly. It had people talking about it more. You have the element of the Steam concurrent players, just the discussion of the game has been amped up, and we talk about these games that it is paramount that word of mouth is effective, and with Helldivers 2, the promotional aspect of this game was lacking from Sony, but word of mouth was so strong. At this point, all they gotta do is iron out these server issues, and it's gonna be pretty good. I don't know how long it's going to take, but hopefully it will happen pretty shortly. And, you know, a month from now, 2 months from now, I think this will all be water under the bridge, and people will be enjoying the game. And with a live service game, again, the initial portion of the week 1, week 2, it is what it is. You're gonna iron out some issues. Ultimately, we'll know the success level of this game 3 months, 4 months, 6 months down the line. What are the content updates looking like? What is the outlook of the game ultimately looking like? And then we'll have a better idea. But right now, as far as 2 weeks go, or a week and a half really goes, and server issues aside, this game has been a gargantuan success that I think Arrowhead and PlayStation are probably just blown away by. So we'll see how things ultimately shake out. Still a great game. I think everybody agrees it's a great game. I just don't agree with some people being like, you guys gotta touch grass, just go play another game, and then they'll get it fixed. I get it. And Arrowhead's a smaller studio. They couldn't have anticipated a success level like this, but at the same time, people did spend $40 on the game, and I think that shouldn't be pushed aside, and people have the right to want to play a game that they paid for. Like, I don't think that's a big issue. And telling them to touch grass, I just don't think is the route to go. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.